Alright, welcome back. This one should be a fun one. So we're going to be landing in New Orleans, and it's going to be right on the water. So, oh, and just to top it off, it should be landing somewhere close to sunset. We'll see. But nonetheless, we're going to get this thing going here. So we're going from KTCL over in Alabama to NEW, heading on back to New Orleans. So let's go ahead and generate this flight, import it, and then get this thing going. So only two waypoints here: Tuscaloosa, Alabama, over to Lakefront, New Orleans. And this one is right on the water. We're going to be landing into 18 right runway. So it looks like all the parking is going to be on the left hand side, right at the end of the runway. So let's go ahead and get this thing going here.
Hello, Captain. Nice to see you again.
Let's see if we can get a sunset landing on the water.
Pilot, this is dispatch. The concierge has rounded up the VIPs, and we are all set to board.
Tuscaloosa Tower, Cessna November.
Transporter, boarding has started.
For IFR departure, runway 4.
Transporter, boarding is complete. You can start your flight. Everything looks good from where I'm sitting. Taxi to the runway and take off.
Alright, looks like we're departing from runway number 4. Didn't mean that, but that's alright. Alright, let's get this thing up in the air here. We basically adjusted our altitude already. Adjusted our header. A little squirrely there, but we're going to take off. Everything's looking good.
Pilot from dispatch, fly safe. These customers don't like excitement.
We got wheels going up already.
Cessna 361, contact Atlanta Center on 132.25. Good day. 132.25. Cessna 361. Atlanta Center, Cessna November 11361 is passing 2,400, climbing 4,000.
Has a good view of the airport for Tuscaloosa.
11361. Atlanta Center, altimeter 3027, radar contact. Continue to Mike Echo India. Cessna 361, climb and maintain flight level 360. Climb and maintain flight level 360. Cessna 361.
Alright, looks like they have us going to 36,000 feet. We'll adjust that accordingly. Alright, we're looking good, ladies and gentlemen. Alright, this is a hard surface runway that is ILS, and it is lighted just in case it gets dark, and they have fuel delivery. Alright, we're going to get rid of the flaps. Once again, Tuscaloosa Airport with the, what river was that again? That was like Black something. Black Warrior River. Good view of it. Alright, 234. Oh, no way. We gotta redo that whole thing? Alright, I'm not gonna do that. Alright, I will go ahead and pause the video. I gotta do some cleanup here. But we're crossing over 20,000 feet. We're headed up to 36,000 cruising altitude. And we'll pick it up later on. And we'll see you then. Alright, everything wasn't too bad, so we got everything all caught up that I had to get caught up. And we are about to cross over the border from Alabama to Mississippi. And yeah, we're almost there. So we're almost to MEI. I don't think we have much going on outside the window. we were cruising apparently. I thought we had more wiggle room than 260 though. Yeah, we should have been able to hit like 280, 300. But, yeah, I guess not. What you gonna do? Alright, but the flight is pretty short, I guess. Or either that or we're just getting used to longer flights. So we're crossing over KMEI now. See if we can see that airport. Right there. Ooh, Keyfield. Okay, look at our little chemtrail there. And we'll be going ahead and adjusting our heading this way to 209, and we'll follow Interstate 90 or 59 down by the Clarksville or Clarkdale Tri-County Sports Complex. Oh, alright, I got you. So this one we're going to go for about 115 nautical miles. So we'll go ahead and pause this one as well. And once we get a little closer to the next waypoint, we should be closer to New Orleans. So we are in just east of Jackson, Mississippi right now. And then I'll kind of chime back in, let's see, sort of by the airport that we went to before. The over in, I think that was over in Alabama. So yeah, then we'll cross over that big lake and land over in New Orleans. Alright, so until then, I'll be back. Alright, we got some radar contact here.
Maintain present heading and altitude. Expect vectors ILS runway 18 right approach. Cessna Tree 61.
Cessna Tree 61. Descend and maintain 0.
Descend and maintain 0. Cessna Tree 61.
Cessna Tree 61. Contact Houston Center on 133.5. Good day.
133.5 for Cessna Tree 61. Houston Center, Cessna November 11361 is passing flight level tree 50, descending 0. Cessna November 11361, Houston Center, radar contact continue.
Alright, so we're going to start our descent here. As we approach Papa Charlie uniform.
Turn left heading 200. Resume on navigation. Turn left heading 200. Proceed on course. Cessna Tree 61. Cessna Tree 61, contact center on 127.65. Good day. Going to 127.65. Cessna Tree 61. Center, Cessna November 11 Tree 61 is at flight level 260, descending 0. Cessna November 11 Tree 61, center. Radar contact to continue.
Alright, we're just going to slow up a little bit. Bring that down to like 230. And then we'll start descending again. I think that's the airport that we took off on the last one. We are now crossing over the Mississippi-Louisiana border.
Cessna Tree 61, contact approach on 125.5. Good day. 125.5 for Cessna Tree 61. Approach Cessna November 11 Tree 61 is passing 11,200, descending 0. Cessna November 11 Tree 61. Approach altimeter tree.
All right, before we get to 10,000,
Contact Houston Center on 126.875.
we're going to bring our speed down below 200. We're going to get landing gear down. 15 degrees of flaps. Acknowledge the handoff.
126.875, Cessna Tree 61. Houston Center, Cessna November 11 Tree 61 is at 9,700 descending 0.
Cessna November 11 Tree 61. Houston Center, altimeter Tree 021. Radar contact continued.
We're at 1700.
Descend and maintain 1700. Tower on 118.905 Cessna tree 61. Lakefront Tower, Cessna November 11 tree 61, 14 miles north. Inbound ILS runway 18, right approach.
Cessna November 11 tree 61, Lakefront Tower, altimeter tree 02 tree, cleared ILS runway 18 right approach.
Cleared ILS runway 18, right approach. Cessna tree 61.
All right, we got clear to land.
Altitude. Autopilot.
Cessna tree 61, wind 111 at 10, clear to land runway 18 right.
Clear to land runway 18, right. Cessna tree 61.
All right, thought we had clearance, but good to go. All right, just in trim to get a little more stabilized. We're looking at about 10 knots of wind. Got the boat off to the left there. A few boats off to the right. Got a nice bridge out there. All right, runway 18R. Alright, it wasn't too bad overall.
Cessna Tree 61, turn next taxiway.
There you go.
Cessna Tree 61, contact ground on 121.7.
121.7 for Cessna Tree 61. Lakefront ground, Cessna November 11 Tree 61. Request taxi to parking.
Alright, we're just gonna park right here.
Cessna November 11361. Taxi to general aviation parking using taxiway Charlie Echo.
Taxiing to general aviation parking using taxiway Charlie Echo, Cessna Tree 61.
Transporter. Disembarkation in progress. Stand by.
Yeah, the landing was 244, I guess not the greatest. But not the worst.
Transporter. All the passengers have disembarked. Good job. See you soon.
Alright, everybody is good to go.
Let's get out of here.
Alright, so I appreciate you tuning in. We'll see what we got going on for the next one. And until then, enjoy your day.